000 voiceover. What would you do if you caught your husband cheating right in the middle of your best friend's wedding celebration? I didn't think it would happen to me, especially not surrounded by 200 guests, lace tablecloths, and the historic glow of a Charleston mansion. But on May 17, 2025, that's exactly where my world shattered. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how I turned heartbreak into payback, and why you should always trust your instincts, even when everyone else thinks you're crazy. 0:30 setup. Let's back up. My name's Emily. I'd been married to Jackson for 6 years, what everyone called a power couple. My best friend Zoe and I met in 2008, inseparable ever since. When Zoe announced her engagement to Ryan,
I was all in. Maid of honor, planner, emotional support. Honestly, I poured more energy into this wedding than my own. Jackson wasn't thrilled about the whole thing. He claimed work. He's a freelancer for those new Silicon Valley food delivery AIs, but arrived in time for the big events. For 2 months leading up, I noticed Jackson was glued to his phone more than usual. He blamed it on client emergencies. I shrugged it off, because that's what trusting wives do, right? But what I didn't know was that every secret text, every fake Zoom meeting, every cryptic smile was with someone far closer than a strange. 2:00 rising action. The wedding day started perfect. Zoe glowed, the band set up, giant bouquets everywhere. Around noon, Jackson slipped out to take a call. He was gone nearly 40 minutes. When he came back, his tie was undone and he wouldn't look me in the eye. I chalked it up to nerves, but then my notifications pinged. Zoe's little cousin Ree, a TikTok-obsessed teen, DM'd me. She sent a live photo, Jackson arm in arm with bridesmaid Madeline ducking out a back exit, together, laughing, in the middle of the day. My heart sank. Madeline, we were all staying at the same hotel downtown. She'd been flirty before, but I always thought it was harmless. Now, every sidelong glance, every inside joke from the rehearsal dinner, snapped into focus. But if I was going to get proof, I needed more than a grainy photo. 3:00 knowing Jackson kept his phone locked tighter than a city bank. I remembered the AI photo recognition tools he boasted about. He never logged out on my iPad. Let's just say, sometimes being married to a tech guy has perks. I pulled up his synced Google Photos. In less than 3 clicks, AI auto-tagged every pic he'd taken that week. 4 photos flashed up. Jackson and Madeline, in the bridal suite hallway, laughing over hidden cocktails. Time-stamped, 1:12 p.m. During the ceremony rehearsal. 4:00 complications. Here's where it gets interesting. What could I do? Start a scene in front of Zoe's family. Ruin the happiest day of her life. I made my choice. At the reception, I sat next to Zoe, holding back tears as they did their first dance. My betrayal was invisible, but my mind racing. But the real surprise, I wasn't the only one who noticed something was off. Ryan pulled me aside during toasts. Is everything okay? Jackson and Madeline, did you notice anything? Confirmation. I wasn't crazy. It was time to turn pain into payback without destroying Zoe's dream night. 5:00 instead of a confrontation, I decided to get creative. I took Ree's TikTok skills, my AI evidence, and airdropped the photos to myself. Then, during the open mic toast, I grabbed the DJ's iPad. I started my speech as the loyal best friend. Everyone laughed, cried, laughed. Before I finished, I held up the iPad, grinning, to lifelong honesty and loyalty, which some people in this room could use a lesson in. I hit play. A perfectly innocent slideshow began until it wasn't. Mixed in, Jackson and Madeline's hallway photos, time-stamped, side by side with the reception images, right there on the giant screen behind the couple's table. Gasps. Silence. All eyes darting to Jackson and Madeline. 6:00 climax. Jackson turned white. Madeline burst into tears. Zoe was frozen. Ryan leapt up, storming across the room, demanding answers. And there I stood at the mic, pulse pounding but smiling. I just exposed the truth. No screaming, no broken glass. Just undeniable cinematic justice served in front of everyone who mattered. But the real surprise is coming. 7:00 resolution. Zoe's wedding wasn't ruined. If anything, it was unforgettable, and true friends stood stronger than ever. Jackson left in disgrace. 3 days later, I filed for separation. Madeline never showed her face in our group again. It hurt, but nothing cuts deeper than the truth finally laid bare for all to see. So, what did I learn? Never doubt your instincts. And sometimes, technology is your best ally, especially when betrayal comes from those closest to you. If you liked this, you won't want to miss our next story. The bride who turned a runaway groom's exit into her own viral moment of revenge. Hit subscribe so you'll never miss the next twist. Outrow music.